we're going to do a cast on method on the circular sock machine that I've never tried before. It's a figure-8 salvage. It's a method that I learned when I was doing flatbed knitting, but also as a hand knitter. Sometimes when you do a toe-up sock or some other piece of material that has a bend in it, like a toe or a heel, you want to cast down at that point. And so putting two needles parallel, sometimes we use a figure-8 to start at the toe of the sock. In this case, we're not doing it that way. It's not a parallel cast down. We're just doing it around the cylinder. And it makes for a nice, sturdy terminal cast on so that it'll come right off. You don't need to finish it any more than that. The thing I like about the rolled top that happens is that the edge doesn't stay wavy like sometimes when we do an E-wrap. The other thing I'm going to demonstrate today is a tuck pattern that is a diamond shape, and it makes just a really nice texture on the top of a sock. So we're going to do this little rolled edge with a figure-8 cast on, then we're going to do the tuck stitch, and then the rest is just a traditional sock. Let's do it. Okay, so we're at the machine. And as I finish the last row of waste yarn coming around, I'm going to knit till we get to that mark, our halfway mark. And I'm going to let that close. But as I do that, I'm going to use my tool. And I'm going to start putting the needles in hold all the way around the machine. So I'm going to start picking up the needles into hold position. And I'm just going to put the cast on edge on with the needles in hold. Okay, I put a slip knot on my yarn and stick a clip on the loose end so I don't accidentally grab that. And I'm going to start wrapping around my needles. Now, every needle is going to get 2 loops. We're going to start by going between the first and second needle and come back. I'm going to try and keep my fingers out of the way. Come back in front of that needle behind. And that makes your figure-8 right there. Now you're going to skip this needle, go in front of the next one, come back around the previous needle. There's your figure-8. Skip that needle, go between these two, come around, behind, and in front. There's your figure-8. Skip that needle, come between the next two. By skipping it, I just mean we're not putting a loop on that needle immediately. We're going to come back and put a loop on that needle now. There's your figure-8. Go past the next needle here, between the two, and then around that needle. There's your figure-8. Skip that needle and in front of it and back around the one next to it. All the way around. Skip that needle, go in front of it, and loop that one. going to start putting our needles down, keeping the latches open. Try not to go too far. If you go too far, it'll force that latch closed like that one. It's down too far. Keep your latches open. Bring that yarn carrier around. First row is a little tight because we have a tendency to pull it a little too hard, but we're going to put our heel spring on. Those are going to start to knit. And we continue to put them down as we go, opening the latches. All right. This is a demonstration of the tuck pattern. We're going to crank around until we reach D over here. At D, we're going to count 5 needles and lift the 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, lift the 6th. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way around. Oops. 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 5, 6, 5, 6, and as you can see, you have to advance the carriage as you go. Lift the 6th. And we're going to crank 3 rows with those needles up. Here's my 3rd row. We're going to start to put them down. Not down so far that the latch is closed. We want to make sure that those latches are open. Cranking around. And we're going to knit 5 rows with all the needles engaged. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be my 5th. Now we're going to center the next needle we pull up. So here are our 2 needles we pulled up last time. We're going to pull up that needle right in the middle. So we started at this mark at D. And we counted 5. We're going to count 1, 2, pick that one up, 1, 2, and then there's your next pattern, right? So you're actually picking up every 3. So in the middle, here's your pattern. So we'll count that as 1, 2, 3, and then count 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've actually just staggered that pattern. And we're going to crank 3 rows. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to put those down. Crank 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to count 5 from the D mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick up the 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 needles in between both instances. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Picking up the 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cranking around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick up the 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pick up the 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pick up the 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And crank 3 rows. 1, that's 3. We're going to start putting them down here. Crank 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doing the alternate row. We started here before. This is our middle stitch. Right there, count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Picking up the 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick up 6. 3, 5, 6. Cranking around. And do 3 rows. Putting them down. That's the complete pattern. You're alternating where the row lines up. If you look down the tube, you'll see that the rows go alternate back and forth. Yeah, there you go. That's the tuck pattern.